that she would go into dialogue again, instead of coming to Wayne KUBLALSINGS and the REROUTE movement and settling the matter many days ago before it had not reached such a drastic stage, she sent an ambulance and said that she lent support. They asked her to live up to the promise of her word, and she sent a vehicle, a truck, with a light on top of it. This is what the Prime Minister has done. And there has been a significant amount of anger shown by the REROUTE movement and Wayne KUBLALSINGS himself in terms of her response to it. To date, we have had no word from her except for this letter that she has written to my mother. My mother wrote a letter on her handwriting on a piece of paper and sent it directly to the Prime Minister. She did not send it to the media. It was a singular piece of paper that was sent to the Prime Minister from woman to woman, mother to mother. The Prime Minister chose to respond in a very political way, and upon giving the letter to my mother, which I'm very happy that the Prime Minister took some time to respond to, but it's not as simple as that, you see. Upon giving the letter to my mother, she immediately sent it to all the media as if it was a national issue in terms of her personal thoughts to my mother. My mother is happy that the Prime Minister has responded, albeit with no effect to any resolution. And in the middle of the second paragraph is a well-crafted letter. It is a beautiful piece of poetry, but in the middle of it lies a dagger beyond the cloak of what my mother is seeing. And that dagger lies in the few lines that says that the matters regarding the technical review have now been handled, and in her mind there's no issue regarding a technical review. So there's a double whammy happening between the Minister of poor Minister Emmanuel George, who is our back on the playing field of football, is on the back seat. He's our backs in local lango, and put him in the forward. And the midfielder and the whole political football is controlling it. The midfielder does not want the highway to be built. You all are involved in investigative truth as journalists. You must examine relationships between contracting firms generally on projects, and you must investigate down to the end the relationships between large officials and large organizations and their children and the links to those contracts, whether it be this one or others. It is part of what you as journalists need to do and not take words as granted. So I call on the media to put pressure on Emmanuel George to produce documentation and the history and the communication with the REROUTE movement as to how their concerns have been satisfied, how they have been communicated to that these concerns were satisfied, and what new techniques and technical people they brought in to deal with the issues of hydrolysis, reports, impact assessment, and economic assessment. None of these things have been presented, and I say to you today that they do not exist. Emmanuel George has lied to the public, and Kamala Persad-Bissessar, whose PR people have written this, I will give her the benefit of the doubt, but perhaps she was misled by Emmanuel George. But I say to you categorically, it is overall a huge PR stunt and a gimmick to bamboozle this country.